Peter, I've got. Okay, we are now recording. Very good. Well, we'll wait just a couple more minutes to give everybody the opportunity to jump on. Um, and I've been on the phone today with our caterers, and they are so excited. We are using Black Tie Catering that is providing us the use of their space, and also giving us a huge discount on the setup of the room, the luncheon that you all will be able to enjoy as well, and also the ice cream social that we all get to enjoy as well. So I really appreciate Black Tie, and I'm so grateful to them for continuing to be such, they are just community-wide great philanthropic folks there, but they have been an absolutely amazing friend to the Pearls Foundation over the years. So we're grateful for them. All right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started, especially because I want to be very thankful and good in terms of all of us using our time. So my name is Renee Yanta. I was the judge who originally founded Pearls Court, which is a specialized program that works with teen girls in foster care. These are kiddos who have that are going to most likely spend the last couple years of their childhood in the foster care program. Several years ago, we were very lucky to have great judges who continued the Pearls program, but they also developed a boys court called Eagles Court. So we have actually 3 to 4 sets of kids that will be attending this coming up Saturday. We'll have our Pearls girls. We're going to have our Eagles boys. We will have kids that are part of what's called the college docket. They're also foster kids. They're not necessarily in foster care permanently. They may be in foster care for a shorter period of time, but they're on the college-bound docket. So those kiddos are going to come. And then we've also extended invitations out to the several other group homes that have kids that are part of our program and kids that are not yet part of our program. So we're trying to fill all 40 slots, and that's how many slots we have available for teenagers to participate. If you know of some teenagers that might be interested in participating, let me know. We'd like to invite them. They don't necessarily need to be foster kids. This is a great program and is going to be super helpful. This is the 6th time that we have done Career Fest. We did it we started Pearls Court in 2015. We probably did our first Career Festival in 2016. We unfortunately had to take a long break of having a live Career Festival for, guess what, during the COVID years. And now last year we reinstituted it. The Pearls Foundation is the funder and the organizer and host of the event. We get tons of help from Kimberly Morrison, who is the in a sense, the executive director of the Pearls and Eagles Court programs, and their staff. So this year's theme, as you could probably tell, hopefully you saw the invitation or the flyer. It's kind of a Valentine's theme, how to love your career. So we're real excited about that. I'm going to wait till the end to introduce everybody and to ask for questions so that I'm really understanding of our time. Thank you, Kathy, for putting onto the chat our website, which Kathy's great team helped us create. In fact, they did like 90% of the work. So thank you, Kathy. All right, so let's talk about what the structure of this is. We've talked about who our target is, which is kids 14 to 18 that are in the Pearls and Eagles program. But again, we may have kids from the college-bound docket and other group homes. Last year, we even had one of our kiddos that graduated already from Pearls, and she came back to kind of serve as a mentor during the day. The way this is organized is the kiddos will start arriving at about 11:45. We have the room as early as 8 o'clock if we want it. I'm saying no. I'm saying let's all think about getting there somewhere around 11 o'clock, which gives us a good 45 minutes to get our tables ready before the kiddos arrive, and maybe even check out the lunch, which is being offered to us by Black Tie Affairs. So just to run through the program, and then we'll step back and talk about what each presenter is doing. So the kiddos start arriving about 11:45. We're going to keep a very tight ship. As the kiddos come in, they're going to be assigned to a table. And I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of what what it's going to look like. I'm hoping this is my rough drawing. Hopefully you can see that. So can everybody see that pretty much okay? All right, thumbs up. All right, so you'll see the doors to the room are down here kind of to the right. It's a large ballroom. We are going to have presenter tables along the walls. We expect to have 3 on this wall, 4 on this wall, and 3 on this wall. This is a really bad drawing on my part. I should have had these 3 scooted down a little bit. There are electrical outlets, but if you have an extension cord and you're going to need electricity, I would encourage you to bring an extension cord, but we'll have some extension cords. We'll have power outlets available for you. In the middle of the room are going to be 4 large, what we call 10 tops. We're going to put 10 kiddos around each one of these tables. And they're going to be spread out a little bit more than that. But think of the kids coming in and coming into the middle of the room, and they're going to be stationed at these tables, 10 kids per table. We're going to have food table over here. So the food is going to be ready for the kids as soon as they come in. So the kiddos will come in and check in here. They will get assigned to a table and a team, because we divide the kiddos into hopefully around 10 teams. And they're all going to be like a love focus. So there's going to be like a Cupid team and an Aphrodite team and so on and so forth. When they come in, they are at each one of their chairs here, and there's going to be 40 chairs here in the middle. The kiddos are going to come in, they're going to have a seat. They're getting a swag bag right off the bat. This is one of our board members, Becky Byers, was able to get 40 like, I call them swag bags. And if you can, and this is no requirement, but if you have swag available, for example, pens or plastic cups. I've got a bunch of law firm plastic cups I'll be bringing. I know that Kathy has some t-shirts from her firm that she's going to bring. If you have any swag and you're trying to get rid of that swag, please feel free to bring it. We'll distribute it among all those bags. If you so desire, we can put it in advance in the swag bags that the kids will have with them throughout the day or throughout the festival. You could also, if you so desire, you could keep the swag on your table and give it to them when they come to your table. It can be candy even. And it, again, doesn't have to have anything at all. You really don't. But if you want to, please feel free to bring some swag for the kiddos. So the kids will be sitting here, they'll get a swag bag, they'll eat some lunch, and then we'll start the program. And then I'm going to kind of move this over. And the program is going to start around 12 o'clock. We'll have a welcome. We'll ensure that they're all getting their lunch. While they are having their lunch, there's going to be a team leader for each one of these tables that's being provided by Kimberly's and her team. And they're going to do a kind of an icebreaker at each one of their tables while they're eating lunch. So the kiddos get to meet each other if they don't know each other, get to meet adults that are there that are helping. If you want to just go by and say hello to the kids, you can, or you can be finishing up getting ready for the kiddos to come by your table. So we'll do that from about from noon to about 12:30. And then starting at 12:30, we will talk to the kids again. We'll welcome them again, and we'll talk to them about how the career festival process works. We'll actually even demonstrate it. We're going to role play the first round of the career festival, and that's going to happen in that 15-minute period. And then we will blow the horn, which is really on my phone, and the kiddos will then be assigned. They will already know this in advance. Their team leader will have already provided it for them. Each team will have 10 teams, and each team will get assigned a table to start. So for example, the first team could be at table 1, the second team at table 2, the third team at table 3, the fourth team at table 4, and so on through all 10 tables. We'll ask the kiddos to take not only their swag bag, but also their chair with them. So we will be distributing all 40 chairs in front of each one of the presenter tables. Okay, so the kiddos will be able to, when they first arrive at your table for the very first time, they're going to be bringing their swag bag, and they're going to be bringing their chair, and they're going to sit down right in front of you. And then you'll have, we tell people 7 minutes. 7 minutes to talk about your career, your path, what's great about your job, and what's a challenge about your job. Now, that's a lot to talk about in 7 minutes. So you can play with that any old way you want to.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time so I can write it down?
Oh, that is so good. Okay. Number 1, who you are. Number 2, what is your career or your industry? Number 3, a very short, what was your path to get there? Kind of illustrating to the kiddos what it takes to participate in your career. And then number 4, what's the best stuff about your career? Number 5, if you have time, what's the biggest challenge in your career? So who are you? What's your career? How do you get there? What's great? What's not so great? And that will probably, practice it a little bit, I would suggest, so that you can get it down to about 7 minutes. And then at the 7th minute, then what I want you to do is have the kids say to the kids, okay, do any of y'all have any questions? In advance, we will have given to you a whole bunch of raffle tickets, you know, those little numbered. And any kiddo that asks you a decent question, if they ask you a stupid question, you can decide not to give them a raffle ticket. But otherwise, a good question, hand them one of the raffle tickets. You keep the half of it because it has 2 pieces to it, right? It has the piece, there's 2 pieces. Both pieces have the same number. So we need to keep 1/2 of the raffle tickets, but you give off the corresponding raffle ticket to each kiddo that asks a good question. And that will happen for about 2 minutes. And then I will honk the horn, or, you know, or the bells, or whatever we're using, connoting that's the end of round 1. And we'll tell everybody to move in numeric fashion to the next table. So the kiddos that are at table 1 will go to table 2. The kiddos that were at table 2 will go to table 3. The kiddos at 3 will go to 4, and so on and so on and so on till we get to 10. And 10 will go to 1. And we'll do that for 5 more times. And you'll be exhausted. And you'll be like, why did I agree to do this? Oh, Lord. Our goal is to have no more than a 2-minute transition. We really don't even think they need 2 minutes, but we know that these are teenagers and sometimes it's hard to get everybody to stop talking, move on to the next table. So we give it 2 minutes. So we basically do an hour's worth of career speed dating. Does that make sense to you? And then at that point, we're going to take a break, let kiddos go potty, let us get a glass of water, whatever. And then we'll come back together for the second half. And that will be starting at 2 o'clock. And we'll do 5 more rounds. I'm going to hope to scoot this. You can see I'm a little tight here at the 2 to 250. I'm not giving us a lot of time for movement, but it seems to go quicker in the second half of the Career Festival. And again, this is the 6th time we've done it. So we kind of have it down to a science. And we know the second half goes a little faster than the first half. So we should finish up somewhere around 250. The kiddos will then bring their, meanwhile, they will all have hopefully lots of raffle tickets. You'll bring while the kiddos are going back to their tables, and we'll go back to the table now. While the kiddos come back to their tables, then us adults will come and pick up your raffle tickets and put them in a big bowl. And then we'll have the ice cream social. And during the ice cream social, we'll give away our door prizes. And we have about $500 worth of resources for our door prizes. So we're still hoping to get some door prizes donated to us. So if you know anybody who wants to donate a door prize, from Amazon cards to manicures to, Chick-fil-A gift cards, anything like that, these kiddos love, t-shirts, they love t-shirts. So we then start during the social ice cream social, we will pick winners from the raffle tickets and make sure, and we let kids win one at a time. If their raffle ticket gets pulled and they've already won a prize, we put their raffle ticket back in and we pull another one so that we can make sure every kiddo wins a prize that day. And we figure that will probably take us until 3:15, and then we will be done. And the good news is we have these wonderful caterers who are going to clean up after us. Woohoo! If you need to skedaddle, please feel free to do that. After we finish at 2:50, don't feel like you have to stay through the ice cream social, but please know that we'd love for you to stay throughout the ice cream social. This is going to be an amazingly rewarding experience for you. We've never had a single presenter who didn't say at the end of this, "Oh my God, I loved this. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity." Because the kids they'll be a little quiet in the beginning, but as time moves on, they will get louder and louder and louder, and it becomes more and more difficult for us to keep them on task. But that's because they get excited by you. They get excited by what you are saying. They know that you are investing in them. And so they give that back to you with a lot of questions and excitement and high energy. And by the way, they're teenagers and they wake up, they get more and more awake throughout the day. So that is the process. Let me stop the process now and talk about preparing for this process. What should you do to be prepared for Saturday? Well, we're going to give you best practices. You do whatever you want. Each one of these tables is going to be skirted. It's going to have a tablecloth on it. So it's already going to look okay. All right. But if you want to bring things that they could see, some of that, you know, some of your careers really lend well to that, right? Some of you are like a mechanic. Well, you could bring in some of those tools. Some of you are in the healthcare industry, and you might be able to bring in things from the healthcare industry. There's going to be an Air Force pilot here. She could bring some of her uniforms or other cool patches and stuff that she's earned in her service in the Air Force. I will tell you, a teacher, I'm having a hard time figuring out what you're going to bring, but I just feel probably the most creative people in the room is going to be you, the teacher, Susan. So I would worry, but I know it's you, and I know you're going to come up with something fun. One year we had court reporters, and the court reporters brought their court reporting equipment, and they had the kids talk to them, and they transcribed it right there, or they recorded it right there so that the kids could see what that looked like. So the more you can be interactive with them through either things they could touch or see, or interactive with you giving your heartfelt a background and advocacy for your industry and your career, the more fun they will have and the more fun you will have. So I'm thinking that 11 o'clock is enough time for people to get their tables ready, but I can be there whenever. I mean, I can be there at 8 o'clock, but if you do that, I'm gonna be grumpy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna tell the caterers 10:30. I will be there at 10:30. The room will be open and available at 10:30. I'll make sure we have coffee. Okay. And if you even want to arrive at, 11:30, if you think that's enough time for you, please feel free to do so. The kids will probably start arriving around 11:45. Okay. I think that is how the process works, and how you can be prepared. Now, I really wanted to open this up. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to, please, if you have any questions, now is the perfect time to ask those questions. Yes, ma'am. Susan.
Okay. Being a girl and always having girls around me, I know how to do goody stuff for girls. Give me some suggestions for boys.
Oh, that's a good question. Candy is
Especially
always
teenage boys.
Yeah.
I've never had a teenage boy in my life,
Candy,
other than my students, of course.
candy, anything like I can think of, like gift cards, like for Xbox, maybe something like that. Even like $10 can go a long way on Xbox, depending on what you get. What else?
What other kind of
Um,
gift cards would they like? I mean, Walmart, HEB is what comes to my mind immediately because they can get whatever they need.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is a big one.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A is a big one. I was actually gonna think of I'm gonna reach out to one of my friends' mom. She's a GM for Domino's,
Oh,
and she likes to do a lot of so I'm gonna see if maybe she can donate some gift cards for Domino's pizza, um, things
What
like that.
what kind of snacks do boys like? Do they like chips and crackers and candy? I mean, do they like stuff
Chips,
like that? And what kind
candy,
though?
any kind of chips. I know my friend's son, he's 16, and he eats sour cream Lays like they are out of style,
Okay.
and regular potato chips
Okay.
and stuff like that. Yeah, and definitely chocolate because he eats
Girls too.
chocolate. Yeah.
those are
What
big
about like Cracker Jacks?
I don't know. I don't
No,
think
I'm
so.
seeing heads shaking. Okay.
Yeah, it might be a little too sweet. I don't know. The little Dorito packs, there's popcorn the little packs, popcorn. That would be great too. And if they don't think, oh, but all the tables are going to have that, it's okay. They've got a swag bag, right? They may not eat all of it. And let's hope they don't eat all of it there. To take it with them, and that helps them remember how much fun they had and come back the next year. Good questions. Other questions?
Patty has one. She wants to know how long the tables are. Are they 8 feet?
I don't think they're 8 feet. That is a good question. I do not believe they're 8 feet, but they might be. They're going to be whatever the standard size is the size.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say 5 feet, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. You know what? I will find out from the caterer and I'll send an email blast out to everybody about how, let me put that on my to-do. How big are the tables going to be?
I just have a lot of pharmacy paraphernalia I could bring, so I just needed to know how much room I had.
Yeah, you got it. And I honestly, I think Lori told me today and I'm just forgetting. So I'll definitely send that out to everybody. I'll also send out this, the link to this recording so that if you want to listen to it again, and there's a couple presenters that are not on today so that they can hear it again, or not hear it again, hear it for the first time. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You said the ages are, most of them are 14 to 18, but as high or as old as what?
There may be 1 or 2 kids that are graduates, like they'd be 19 or 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Good question. And everybody knows where this is, right? I'm going to say that, and let me pull up okay. The address is on the flyer. It's the La Quinta at 4431 Horizon Hill. So it's near the medical center area. 28229. And it's the Hidalgo Ballroom. All right. Okay, unless anybody else have any questions? Okay, here's if something else comes up and you have a question or a concern, you can absolutely get a hold of me. Here's my cell number. 210-289-9753. 210-289-9753. And then you've gotten at least one email from me. You're going to get another one. I'm pretty good about watching my emails as well. You can call me, you can text me. Anything I can do to help with this process, I will. You're going to love it. Don't be nervous because you're going to love it and the kids are going to love you.
One
All right.
last question.
Absolutely.
What's the dress attire?
We've had people where I'm putting my phone number in the text chat. We've had people come in blue jeans and that's just fine. There's some people who come in uniform and that's just fine. And that's great too. I would say kind of like business casual is best.
Okay.
Okay. Susan.
Do we eat before the kids get there? So like when we get there at 10:30, 11, we eat, and then that way we're done and out of the way?
I think if you want to, yes. Yeah. Or if you want to, eat when the kids, the food will likely be completely set up and ready to go somewhere between 10:30 and 11.
Okay.
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 All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I am really looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your holiday or your lunch period or your lunchtime and spending it with us. Again, if you have any questions, give me a call or a text or an email. Thank you all very much. See you Saturday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.